Still, I've got to say, I am sick to the back teeth of fish. We don't get to Barcelona, me and the missus. Apparently the passport was out of date. January 27, they was out of date. Because we've come out the EU, the laws have changed, so check your passports before you go away. Me and my missus, Luton Airport, £160 taxi back home. Boarding the plane, that was. And a right, EasyJet. If you work for EasyJet, find out who the girl is. Young Jamaican girl, gobshite. Absolute vile person to customers. So me and Trace have come back home. Mason's gone to the tournament with his football team. I've come back. Been messing about in the garden, Mason's tank, checking them. I cleaned everything Thursday because my grandson was looking after the house. So everything was cleaned out, ready. Thinking there'd be no problems. Today is Tuesday. Saturday, I ended up having to do the Nexus. It was ready to overflow. Breaking the algae down, blocking it up so quick. 2 days. Come out today to check on Dotty. The green filter on the main pond, water running right. I thought it'd build up with the green. Took the lid off, jet washed all the sponges, flushed it out, put the pump in, still nothing. Turn the valve up. Better flow come through it. I thought it's someone's just blocked it. Left it at that. Just got in the house for a little bit in, and I come back out. Now flow on the thing again. What the friggin' hell's going on with this 3-step gosh key? It's now an half step. I don't know. I am really sick to the back teeth of it. Done a water test. I've got 2 test kits and T-Lab test kits. One's 4 years old, one's 2 years. One's 4 years out of date, one's 2 years out of date. And I'd just done a test to see if there was a difference between them both being out of date. The 4-year-old one, they both give me the same results, but the 2-year-old one, the colours was darker, but they were still showing me there was a fault with nitrates and ammonia. So I decided to buy a brand new kit. Tested the water. My God, the ammonia was green, and I mean green. I've never been talking to Dave about it. I've never ever had a problem with the ammonia. Never. I had fry before, 250 fry. I had an IBC tank before. A little easy. Oh, what's the name of the filter? I've just got to have me again. Just a little green filter. It's got 4 pipes at the top of it. They're very small. A gallon of water for that, 2 gallon. That's all I ever had on it, and a Blagden, out the Blagden pond with the windows in. I had one of them in the bottom with the porcelain, the sponges in it. That's all I had, and I had 250 fry. And I sold that tank with about 30 top quality fish out there. Me and my mate just had 250 a piece. Never had a problem with that tank at all. I sold a lot. Enter this competition with Twisted, Marmite Fagin. Twat. Nothing but problems with this tank. I just can't get it running at all properly. As you know, Dave's come down, we've done scrapes, can't find nothing with it at all. Put it down to the coppers in the water. 3-stage dechlorinator. It had been long since I changed them. I've done it again. I might have put that on a previous video, because for some reason my videos are all tits up. That's somewhere else that's burning me. I don't need the stress at this age. Really don't. Trying to make videos for you to watch, and people are saying to me like, oh, you already put that one. I don't know what's going on. But I can't watch them like I was watching them before. I had to watch every single one that had them together. So I don't know what's going on there. But Mason's tank, the parameters out the roof, so I've done probably about 40% water change. And I was talking to Dave about it. I said I can't understand why I'm having so many problems with this tank with the bigger filter on. And I've got 2 big fish tank filters in the bottom. And I had the other one, small Fish Mate, that was the name of the filter, a little green Fish Mate filter. pressure filter. Never had a problem, Dave. I used to put the hose pipe into the tank and just let it run into the tank. That's how I used to do the water change. That was it. He said, why we changed it? I said, because we couldn't find nothing wrong with the fish. We'd done scrapes, nothing wrong with it. Tested the water. Water was okay, couldn't find nothing wrong with it. A little bit out, a little bit parameters, a little bit out, but obviously they were being heavy fed. So you got to expect it. So I'm thinking now is disconnect them. Well, I've got four filters now. I've got the big long dechlorinator and the 3-stage filters you've seen. So next time I do a water change, I'm going to do away with that and just put my hose pipe straight in and do it as I did before. It ain't getting to be, and I've said this a few times over the last few years, it ain't getting no fun. I did do a little video. I don't even know if I put that one up about the cost. I think it's come up to about £94 already since Christmas this year. 94 quid on nothing. That's without your food and stuff like that. And now I've lost another fish. I was in two minds whether to put that in my Mason's fish, see if I can get some growth on it. Absolutely stunning, beautiful fish that was. I just can't get my head round none of it, I'm sure. And then I'm just trying to find a way now how to, as you know in my previous videos, I put a bend, an elbow on it. So that was like sort of almost on the floor like that, not like that's how the fish could go in it. It was on the floor like that, so it could suck but not block itself. So it's like that. I ain't got a clue how the fish has got in there. It's only just fitted round the bend, so I ain't got a clue how it's got in. Just looking at all the larvae in there. That did break off. Oh, current bun. That did break off at one time, and it just placed in, and you've seen me put it back time and time, and it falls off. So now I'm going to try and find, too late I suppose, try and find something now I can fit on the end of that to stop it reoccurring again. It's just burning me head out. I was talking to Yorkie this morning as well. He was saying like how good I've got the big pond after all these years. Everything seems to be going okay. The water's turned to shit again. I don't know what's giving them. I really do. And I ain't arsed with buying any more, wasting any more money on anything, filters or nothing. It is what it is. So I'm just going to try and find some out on here. I was going to shout you, but the fish is there as well, so see if I can put my foot there. So that's how the pump's situated. And that's sat on there. And that's sat flat on the, almost flat, just a little bit off the floor. It's hard to judge it because when it hits the floor it moves, because it don't fit on, it just pushes on there, look. A little slightest little thing, it knocks it off. I've only just realised there, it must have actually snapped off there from now. So now I'm giving through my box of bits to see if I can find something that'll sit on there and work that way. So that's what I'm up to at the moment. Another thing I was on about to York, I've got this pond running nice. Obviously we wanted to put a couple of fish out of Mason's into this pond, and when you got your water all right and the fish are settled, you just don't upset the balance. But if you think like that, you'd never had fish. Anyway, I'm going to try and sort this out because it looks like we're going to have a bit of rain, and I'll get back to you. Let's put the mockers on it. I've stripped it all down, cleaned it, dried it with a red hot hair dryer, super glued it. I've just placed on there for now. I don't know if you can tell by the pull, but it's pouring down now. I can't believe that fish. I'm devastated either way. It's just one thing after another. No joy in koi keeping. None at all. Just when you think everything's running nice. I thought I'd got a leak in the main pond because they seem to be top. One thing after another. Just chilling. Mice is off school today because they get into 2:30 this morning. They're bored now. Wait for this to knock off and I'll see if I can get that back in the water. There's my overflow there. I normally get the water up to there, and you can see how that's flushing through there nice. And the one on the other side normally does the same. It's still got to come up. I've got the water running through quite fast today. Fish do look like them okay. Look at them under that plant there. Because I've got the scaffolding still up down there, I thought I'd get I use creosote and oil, as you know, on most of my timbers. This waterproof stuff, it's what I put on mine and said it's crap. Wouldn't recommend it to anybody, absolutely. Put water into wood, and that shed we had for mice, that side there, it's awful. It ain't protected the wood at all. It's more dried it up more than it has protected it. But it's on there, so I'll get it the second coat yesterday. So I thought I'd get the oil and creosote out. I don't know whether you can see that little bit of plastic down there. Went to over it, bumped into that post there, and not the Kevin oil allowed me grass, so I've had to dig all the garden up down there and reseed it. I've just come out in the rain and just got it done and put it in the pool, but it was running out faster. I've just turned it up now to full pressure, so if there's any remnants of that fish still in the prop, it'll just chew it up and throw it into the filter. Trouble is, if I leave it on full like that, if you look at the green filter, you can actually see the green filter overflowing over there. You can see that coming out the filter. It's just dripping now, it was running just. Just a few drips, oh, it's dripping this side as well now. This side. That's why I had to turn it down. I've just turned the water pressure down, you can see how it's dropped down. That's how I had to keep it running, otherwise it'll overflow. Oh God, that's it. You need to chuff every now and then, it's chuffing, so there's so much still stuck in it. But the impeller did look clean. I'll just leave it on for a few more minutes and turn it back down again, because it seems to be going slower again. And you can, oh you can't see it. See the pipe facing almost on the bottom, but I've opened it half inside, half out now. So it's sucking inside the cage and sucking through that pipe as well. Which is, I thought that's how I'd got it before. I don't know whether you can tell that on the video, but I don't know, that fish has got inside there, I'm sure. And it's on full pressure, as you can see. I put this on because I was going to run a waterfall, well, bog filter. So I've got a junction here. If I just open that up, see if that'll. You can see the pressure building up there now. I'm going to have a little bit of another faff of it. No, turning back, look. You can see it getting more and more. Sorry about the camera there. Trying not to drop my phone. That's full. Oops. That's fully open now. I'll turn it back down and if it's like it tomorrow, the motion will go. It's coming through lovely, that is. I've turned it down a bit as well. That's how it should be, that is very late. I've just got to go and check there, make sure it's tight, filling the filter up. Oh, it's dropping down again now, look. It's all or nothing, ain't it? Now it's dropped right off. I'm going to have a mess about with that now, see if I can get the flow right. Let's see, chuffing again. Bit like me, I'm chuffing. Another day. got a steady flow on that at the end. I've took the lid off and just checked how far the water is down. It's an I thought about cutting an hole in it and doing an overflow so it goes back in the pond. Somebody did message me on a few videos back saying that was set up properly, but that is exactly how I had it when I bought it, so I've just left it at that, and it's run alright. Because ideally that would have been an overflow. I should imagine that's got to be the flowing because that's the vortex, but anyway, if I'd have done it the other way around, that could have been an overflow. That's exactly how I received it, so that's how I set it up. So if you're watching the videos, what I'm going to try and do now is, because I think I'm losing the plot seriously, I'll do a video, then it might be 3 or 4 days before I do another one, so I'll forget what I've done on the previous one, if that makes sense. So when I've done 3 or 4 over the period of weeks, a lot of them similar, I say similar things. Now I've done a video the other day, all in one, you know how long it was for, but the 4 things I did in that video, the video flips over. Now I've used the Samsung powered. 3 years I've been doing YouTube, and I've always used Samsung powered, never had a problem with it. Apart from all the files getting mixed up and that, but I'm on about the camera work. Now on this screen I've got here now, there's a circle on my screen. If I press on that, it switches my camera from you looking at me to looking away from me, and I'll click it again and it flicks back to me the same direction. For some reason I'm talking on the video and I just flip the camera around to show you the garden and it's upside down, then I flick back to talk to you again and it's like I am now, normal. Then I flick back again to show you somewhere else on the same video, and that part of the video is upside down again, and I'm like, oh, it's burning my head out, it really is. So by the time you get to watch that, hopefully I'd have cut the video into 4, turn them all up the right way around, so if there's little bits that don't tally up, you'll understand that was that part of that video that day where. Anyway, test kits. The old test kit, that expired, that was on 2024. (2020) 2024. New test kit. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's almost half the size, not as it makes any difference. I am going to use this test kit. This is the one I used and I had the result out of that was similar to the result I'm having on this now, but I just thought it was because this one was out of date. I'm going to set all this up now and do another test. I did test it the other day. I got the footage of it. Well I have, but there's a lot of bad language in it, as you can imagine, because I've just lost that fish. So I'm going to set this up and test the water. Look at them beauties. I'm getting very close now to putting 2 of them in our pond. Done that water change, put some salt in. There's just that one, where's he gone? Little blemish on top of his back. Got a little bit of redness. Other than that, these fish are beautiful. I've had quite a few messages as well about the colours in the fish, how they've all kept the colours, and the ones in the pond as well, how nice and vibrant their colours are, which I think is nice to hear off people, and I appreciate it, thank you. As you know, I don't buy the expensive food, I can't afford it. It's just cheap stuff that I buy that's supposed to do the same thing, and obviously it's working. If anybody's interested in that food, let me know. I ain't sponsored by them, but I'll let you know where I've had it from and how much it was. And I had a fair sized bag of it as well, and that's what I've been feeding with, mixed in with coppins. The trouble is with coppins, that's why the water is that colour, because my pond's giving the same now, them on auto feeder. But you can see the oil on the water out of the food, which is good for your fish anyway. So, and then the red ones are the ones that's the colour. Set this kit up now and we'll do a test of what the water's like now. Yeah, dear, you've got to excuse me for laughing. It could only happen to me, couldn't it? As you know, if you've seen the videos before, I made got a piece of wood and I drilled holes in it to hold the bottles and the test kits and the syringe so they can dry out when I've used them. And it saves you keep opening cardboard boxes, getting in there, chatting bubbles, in and out, and the boxes get wet. I've just come into the my filter house from our pond. It's just higher up and put the stuff on the Nexus and do the test easier. I've done a test of the day and I realised there's a bottle missing out of the kit. That might be the reason why I've had a false reading. I've searched everywhere for this bottle and I can't find it. So I'll show you my old kits. So I've just cut that chart out so I can hang it up on the wall. There's my two old kits. In the ammonia you've got three bottles to the test kit. Just try and turn that so you can see them. So you've got that test kit there and that test kit there. So I've just been putting these bottles on here in order, and I thought, why have I got one missing there? I've got 1 and 2 and I've got now number 3. So when I done the test the other day, obviously I'd got a bottle missing. That might be the reason why my ammonia was through the roof. So I've just took a photo out of that box, took a photo out of this display here and sent it to the company. And I thought I might have dropped it somewhere, but I've only just took these out the box and I've searched everywhere. And this is the box that it come in. As you can see the lids. You don't get the stickers neither this year, not as it makes much difference really, but you don't get your labels to stick on your bottles and on your tops. If anyone needs any test tubes, them just short, small. You only put 5ml anyway, 5ml of water, which probably comes to about there, like everything else. So I might take the lids off there actually if they'll fit, and put them on them tops. Not as you need them anyway, because all these are labelled up. Now I thought I might have got the bottles mixed up, but if you can see, the lids are white on the new ones than blue. So I've just messaged the company now, so I'll still call it a water test. It's sending me paranoid now, thinking I've had the bottle out and put it down somewhere. I don't know where I've put it, but I've just searched absolutely everywhere and I can't find it, and I can't remember using the 3 bottles. Am I really losing the plot? I really think I am. So I can't, you see, I'm even struggling to talk, losing the plot. Very strange. So I've just sent a message to the company saying there's a bottle missing. I've got the box that it come in here, and on the back it's got the instructions. So I ain't losing the plot like I thought I am. It must be a new formula now, as you can see. Step 1, 5ml of water. Step 2 is bottle 1. Step 3 is bottle 2. So they must have changed how they do it. So I'm just going to try and see if I can get the two together. So that's the new one that's on the top. 2 bottles, and the one below you can see bottle 1, bottle 2 and bottle 3. I bet that's threw a few people out. I did think with the nitrate, when I done the nitrate test, when you drop the chemical in, it looks almost like an oil. It looks like a different chemical to how it used to be. So they're obviously updating the stuff they're using. So I'm just trying to turn my bottles round. LCD. I've just messaged them now saying I can't do a test, and I can. So I'm going to set it up now in Mason's shed, and we'll crack on with the test. There went a boy with it, so I've come back over here. Mason's back from school. He's in and out of his shed, so I've left it in here. I've seen tests before. If you buy a new kit, you'll know that there's only 2 bottles to that. That's been in a couple of minutes now. That's as clear as tap water. I'm happy with that one. That's the nitrite. At the moment, the ammonia is yellow. You've got to wait 10 minutes. That's got a slight tint of pink. I've got the timer on. Wait for the 10 minutes and we'll all have a look at it in 10 minutes. That is what you don't want to see. My God, look how dark that is. That in the world of kois. Again, I just don't know. I don't know what's going on with this tank. Can't get my head around it. I've done a 40% water change 2 days ago. I'm still getting that reading, that dark. I'm off the food. I've put salt in. I've just put 2 bags of zeolite in over the air stone so the water will flush through the zeolite. I don't know what else to do, if I'm honest. Bit of panic mode really. I just don't know how to get over getting control of this. So what I'm doing now is just put a submersible pump in the pond and I'm going to drain it as long as I can. Right, hold on, I'll go on the summit. Tap water is going to be better. You know what I mean? They're female, I've seen nothing wrong with them all up after the food. Whether that kit's now good or what I don't know. I really don't know. I've messaged the company what they say when they come back, so I've got this submersible pump on there. I'm going to pump it out as quick as I can. That's flying out, that is. Just keep an eye on the tank now, grind it down as low as I can. Turn the pump off as you can see. I can't drain it too low really. I'm just waiting for that to drop now, see if that pipe's still in the bottom. Still see that pipe down there, that's still on. That actually looks like it's the wrong way around, if anything. The white pipe should be inside the filter, and it looks like the clear pipe. So I'm going to address that now before I turn this back on. That was definitely in the wrong way around. It just about make the white pipe should be inside the tank and the clear bottle outside, but it was wedged in tight. And the only reason I've took that out and changed it the way it should be is because the fish can still go in that pipe even though it goes straight into the impeller. And then the only holes that was working was the ones in the end of the bottle, which have started to block up. May have been the reason why the water's like it is. Now it should suck more water through now. Turn it back on and have a look. This is the right thing to do and don't copy what I'm doing. I've got the water spraying in. I want to try and explain to you about that pipe there. You imagine that pipe there should go inside the hole of the filter. and then leave that cage on the outside. How on earth I've got it, it must have been when it landed in the water it's flipped. So I've actually pushed that inside the pipe, which has covered that up like that. So when the water's sucking in, it's only sucking through that little bit there, which is probably about 70% blocked the fish waste. And I reckon that's why the filter system ain't working properly. So I've now took it out now and I've put it in that way. I should have put this in really, but it's just a bit of a panic. Tried to explain, so now it can suck all through the moles and that side, but when this is all dried out, when these fish have gone, that'll be the fitting that goes in. But that's back in properly now. The only trouble is now, the water's 16 degrees, that tap water there is going to change it. Plastic, the heater should come on anyway, so hopefully it'll kick in and warm it up as it's filling up. So you can see there, the temperature gauge is actually hanging out the water, so it might change until that touches the water. As soon as that touches the water, the temperature gauge will kick in and start warming the water up. What a frigging nightmare. I mean, I tried, when I built this, I tried to do it the right way, fitting that cage on there, and it's come off. You never have thought that would have come off. I sanded all the plastic as well, so as the glue, it sticks to the plastic, and that cage has come off. Dave did say, just stick a pump in the bottom, that's how I had my other fry running. But when you've got small fry, they will sink. Well, they will get sucked into that pump, so you lose a lot of fry in that pump. I don't want that to happen. I wanted the bottom drain, because then you've got other objects for the fish to get caught on. The pump, the pipe where. So I've been going through that before. I wanted to change it and do a bottom drain like this one. If that cage hadn't come off, it would have had a problem. These are the problems you get. I'll leave it a couple of days, let this fill up now, leave it a couple of days and do a water test. I might not even fill it up today. Keeping on the temperature at 16 degrees at the moment. I'll beat half hour or so, see how far the water's come up. Check the temperature, I don't want the temperature to change too quick. I ain't getting a proper reading at the moment. I can't do nothing about that because it's obviously the cable's too short. There's the sensor there on the temperature gauge, so until the water reaches there I ain't going to get a proper reading. And the same with this one. I mean, I'll take this one off here anyway. Pull that further down, which is a better idea. I just don't want this dropping in the water, big battery. $16.9. 16 4 up there. That is now in the water, so I'll keep an eye on that now until the temperature change. Just trying to prop it up there so it don't fall in. It shouldn't fall in because obviously the wire's underneath that pipe there. So I'm just going to give it half an hour and check on it. I bet the fish love that in there, they're all underneath it already, look. Check this out. I've got the hours, it's been about 15 minutes. It was reading 16 degrees. It's gone up to 17 degrees. How does that work? The heater's over there, but the heater's not on. That one's still reading 16, but that's the reason why it's the heater ain't come on. That's down to 13, that is the heater. Yeah, another inch to go. There is some more wire up there. I just can't get up there to poke it through. I don't want to break the temperature sensor on it. Only A4 off now anyway, so it's nearly in the water. I could straighten it up, I suppose, and it could. I'm going to get it there and straighten. It's alright. I'm struggling to do anything because obviously I've got this big tank here. well, this other tank. So I'm struggling to get access to this side of the tank. Weird shit going on there. I don't swear on my channel, but these last 2 days I've got no option. That just tripped, I've just straightened that out. It's touching the water, and straight away that sensor went to 17 degrees. As I press record now, it's dropped down to 16. That's been in quite a bit now. That's 17, well 10 minutes, 17 degrees. I've got the heater set at 30. Purpose, don't know what's going on. Well, this is a strange one to me, and if you're watching my video, nothing any different. So I've had the water in now, good half an hour. I've cut the sensor off the temperature gauge into the water coming out the hose pipe. You're probably thinking why I'm using the 3-stage filter. That's what I used before, and I don't know whether that's causing any problems, so I'm doing direct how I used to do it. So I held this probe, well reaching out, and I got the phone in my hand. I held that in that water, in there, for a fair few minutes, and it was 16 degrees. Now reading 17.5, and the heater will kick in because the heater's set at 13 degrees, and that up there is reading 17 degrees as well. How on earth do you work that out? That's just mind blowing, that is. Like I said, this ain't the way to do things. This is just what I'm doing, because this is the second test I've done now, and the nitrites and the ammonia are dangerous, and I do believe it's that pipe down there. There's only a couple of holes in it to suck water through, which you would have thought that would have slowed down really. What else can you do? The fish are all underneath there, look. I absolutely love it. I used to do that in the pond, in my big pond. That's all I ever did in my big pond. I used to just stick that spray like that, but stick the hose in the water, and they'd come and swim in it. Crazy. I'll let it top up now and see what happens. Tomorrow I'll do a test in the morning and see what the reading is there. I've started doing these, topping these fish up at 4:49. It's 25 past 6. The hose pipe's still in. That's reading 17 degrees. And so is that. That's out the hose pipe, and look at these. Absolutely loving it. Just madness. I ain't got far to go now underneath that green pipe there. The feed is still off, you can see them all back to food, look. Yeah, come up to them. Yeah, look at them, look. I could have them feed them if I got my hands in the water, but I could have them feed them. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, just keep swimming underneath it. I'll just keep getting a spray. I think it's just the fish actually jumping in the spray on the hose. No kids playing in a water park. Absolutely loving it. There you go, look, straight under. Crazy. Nice to see. Go way to bowl them up. I've been drowning me doing it. Amazing, is that? Oh, good and buns back out. Not everybody's interested in football. I am a massive fan of it myself, but obviously with Mason, I'll take the kid anywhere and do anything with him. So if you're interested at the end of this video, I will put some photos on a Mace on his journey in Barcelona and a little video somebody's managed to film with him scoring one of his goals, and that's his award. I'm under 9s, they're playing under 10s, so the kids were a lot older. I don't know the ins and outs of all of it because obviously we day go. So if you're interested, you want to see it, I'll put it on straight after this. A couple of photos, there's a little video of him scoring a goal. Second in the group, and they come 5th out of 12, which I bad going. I'd just like to say to Dave, stop sending the rain over here. Yeah, it's great. This has been a few days later. I've had a bit of a rough weekend. The plans was to put Dotty back into that tank, take the 2 fish out there we're going to keep, put them in a bucket, do a video of them, put them in the pond, but I never got round to doing it this weekend. You can see how the bags of zeolites have collected all the crap over a period of a couple of days. I'm still off the feed. It's strange they come up now on here. They normally do, but the water's gone to crap again and there's no food in it. So I don't know what's going on there. Just like to thank you all for watching. Got some new subscribers, welcome aboard my depressing journey. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong, do it. I might have a sponsor for the channel. Watch this space. Oh dear. I hope that works. That'll be good, that will. Probably not, but if it does, it does. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please share, subscribe if you don't mind, and as always folks, just for you, Yorkie, don't forget to polish our thumb. You know you want to. Until next time.